Welcome to the Foundational Fitness Workout. This is a total body workout, especially designed for beginners, that works the entire body from head to toe. This is great to get your body used to those foundational movements, to build up core strength, mobility, and stability, and get you prepared for some of the more challenging workouts to come. Hands on the hips, legs out slightly wider. Here we go. So just pushing your hips side to side. That's it. 30 seconds here, starting nice and easy. See how far you can push those hips out to the side. Bending the knees if you want to. Nice stretch here too, through the outside of your bum. Shoulders stay back. Neck is relaxed. Shifting side to side. Awesome. From here, we're going to go into a beautiful squat with an overhead reach. So take those legs out just a little bit wider here. We're going to be squatting at the same time as we're reaching with opposing arms, and this is what it looks like. Watch me, and then follow along. So hand inside, we squat and reach. Switch, squat and reach. That's it. So feeling that nice stretch through the back. If you can't squat that low, don't worry. Just be sure that you're sitting your tailbone back. Reach, really lighten through the toes. Heavy in the heels, driving your knees away from each other here. Reaching through the fingertips. I love this lower back stretch. Awesome. All right, the next movement. The next movement is a downward dog, so let's make our way into the floor here. You're gonna have your hands on the floor, really spread those fingers wide. We're gonna bring ourselves into a downward dog and bicycle the legs. Watch me and then follow and join in. Here we go. Hips up in the sky, bicycle legs. Trying to push the heel to the floor. Keep moving. Neck relaxed, shoulders relaxed. Really get that tailbone all the way up here. Working through the arms and shoulders. Arms should be straight, pushing the floor away. Nice, working through the hamstrings, calves, back, chest, and shoulders. Drop to your knees. Take a quick stretch here. We're gonna go back into that downward dog position and do a calf raise, all right? If you need to take more breaks, drop to your knees into child's pose at any time, and here we go. So here, from downward dog, up to the toe. So now we're working more aggressively through the upper body, pull the belly in, and as you're doing this, really think of pulling your hip bones up to your chest. That's it. Nice tiny waist. We don't want to arch the back. We really want to keep those lower abdominals tight, not arched like this, but long back and protected. Come down to your knees. Nice job. So we have one final movement left. We're going to come again into a plank position to runner's lunge, and we're going to alternate with a nice hip press to open up through the hip flexors before we start. So watch me first and then join in. From a plank position here, you're going to bring one leg forward. Use your hand if you need to. Drop the knee. Okay, push the hip forward, sit back, push the hip forward, and switch. One leg up, drop the back knee, push the hip forward, straighten, push the hip forward, back to plank. Maybe your plank looks like this, and you're bringing your knee like this. That's fine. Back and front. One more time, knee back, foot forward, press forward, straighten, press forward, straighten, and done. Grab a sip of water if you need to, and join me here for the workout now that we're warmed up. So we have 4 exercises in this circuit. We're going to start with the bodyweight squat movement. Quickly transition into each new move, so pause if you need to, okay? Take rest when you need to. We're going to repeat this 2 times through for a total of 8 exercises, okay? So here we go. We're going to do a squat, a reach, and stand first. So get those feet into a squat position. Really engage the lower core, and by that I mean imagine at your hip bones, pulling your hip bones up, which will lengthen the spine and the low back and prevent this from happening as we squat. So pull the hip bones up, tuck in the lower abdominals. Feel like you're pulling all your skin away from your clothes, and I want you to keep that position whenever we lunge and squat. Are you ready? We got 30 seconds here. So squat with reaching arms and come up. Arms reach in front of you, and as you reach the arms in front of you, keep the shoulders away from your ears here. So don't hike your shoulders up. Drop those armpits down. Little upper back movement here too. Don't forget, pulling those hip bones up and breathe. Inhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Remember, this is foundational, so we want to pattern the proper movement. Okay, the second exercise here, we're going to tuck at the hips, bring those hip bones up, lengthen the spine, palms up to the sky, tuck the chin, keep those arms straight, arms behind you, and push. Little pulses through the arm. Should feel nothing in the back. If you do, pull those hip bones up more. Keep those arms nice and straight, and really try to keep those arms close to your body. If you're way out here, you may not feel it as much. Or little pulses up and down. You can barely see my arms moving. Back of the arms, triceps, really straighten out those arms, reach for the fingers, pulse, pulse, and rest. Okay, our next one, we're gonna lie down on the floor. All right, so if you need to take your time, pause. We're gonna lie down on the floor here, feet in line with your hips. Now from here, we're gonna do a crunch and roll our hands up our legs to our knees. Okay, so keep a little bend in those knees, pull those hip bones up rather than pushing your back to the floor. Think rather of pulling the hip bones up to create that engagement. Are you ready? 30 seconds here. Hands to your thighs, come on up and sit and roll back down. Come on up, sit, roll back down. Now, maybe you're here and that's fine. Keep that engagement through the hips. Pull the belly in as you come up. All right, pull it in as you roll down. Exhale, pull it in. Inhale, tiny waist, roll down. Exhale, should feel challenging, and inhale, roll down. Good job. We have one more exercise left, and then we're going to repeat this circuit again. Okay, for this next one, we're gonna roll ourselves up, extend the legs in front of you. Okay, a slight bend in those knees if you have very tight hamstrings and find that tough. Keep it bent if you need to. Just have those legs soft in front of you. Now I want you to sit up nice and high, pull the hip bones up, shoulders are back, and lean back slightly. Just slightly. If you find that you're rolling forward or rounding or losing your core, it's popping out, okay? Pull it back in and sit up a little higher. We're gonna do some running arms. Shoulders are back, leaning back as far as you can to maintain the integrity, and we're gonna do running arms, okay? Elbows are at a 90-degree, feel the core. Woo, relax your shoulders. If that becomes too much, sit up, okay? Or roll back, no arching of the back. I got my core tight, hip bones up, hip bones pulling up. Keep running, pull it in, tiny waist. Woo, we got this. Let's go, ladies. It's amazing how you can make foundational movements feel very challenging and relax. Okay, grab a sip of water. We're gonna stand up and we're gonna do that circuit again. How do you guys feel? You feel it? I feel the core. I'm feeling that deep down inside muscle, that transverse abdominis. So important. It doesn't create a six pack. You can't see it. It's there. It protects the back. If you have back pain, I always look to the transverse abdominis first, okay? So really pull the hips up while pulling your ribs down, but keep the shoulders back and you're engaging the TA. Let's start with that bodyweight squat. All right, ready, ladies? 30 seconds on the clock. Maybe you can even go a little deeper on this one. Or maybe you want to have a chair behind you, and maybe you actually want to sit down and tap the chair with your bum. Reach the arms out, keep the shoulder blades slightly pinching, okay? So not letting the shoulders roll forward. If you find a lot of stress in your neck and you walk around like this, keep reminding yourself, drop the shoulders. Drop the shoulders. Pull the legs down. pull up, reach through those fingers. You are strong. Your body was built for this. Beautiful. Okay, let's go into that bent over straight arm tricep press. Hinging here, tight core, protected long back, palms up. You're gonna roll those shoulders back, feel the squeeze between your shoulder blades. Little pulses. So I'm gonna do this from the front. I want you to see, my arms aren't out here. I'm really trying to squeeze them together. Trying to crazy glue my upper arms to my ribs. Small pulses. There we go. Little pulses. Small and controlled. No bend in the elbow. And roll back up. Okay, let's have that seat on the floor for our sit-ups. Engaging the core. Here we go. Hands to the knees or even just a few inches up. Inhale down. Inhale down. Exhale. Now as you do this, you're really trying to take an ice cream scooper and scoop your belly in. I like to call it baking brownies, not muffins. Okay? If you find you're baking muffins, keep it here to keep that core tight. All right, our last one. Those legs are extended. Sit up, lean back, running arms. Shine that heart up. Don't arch, really pull it in. Lots of work happening here. Oh, you got it. We're running from our excuses here. Imagine your excuses are following you. See you later. Bye-bye excuses. Not today. I'm doing it. I'm feeling a sweat already. This is good. Oh, and relax. All right. So we're going to take a brief break here in between circuits to grab some water, wipe the sparkle off your face, and get ready for round 2. We're going to start circuit 2 off with a beautiful exercise that works all of the muscles in what I consider are called the posterior chain, all through the back of your body. Hamstrings, glutes, erector spinae muscles down your spine. Wonderful movement if done properly. So what I want you to do is watch me demo it, then you join me. 30 seconds here, I'll do the demo and then start the clock. So we're gonna have the fingertips to your temples, not pulling on your head, okay? Gently, and from here, you're gonna relax the shoulders, relax the neck, and keep those elbows wide. I'm gonna stand tall. Now this is not a squat, we're not squatting and leaning. What I want you to think is this is a hinge. So at the waist, I'm gonna start by keeping my head in line with my tailbone here. Always keep that head in line with the tailbone. Pull the hip bones up, like in circuit 1, and you're gonna push your tailbone back. By the time I'm finished, my nose should be pointing to the floor, elbows wide, and come back up. Now notice I'm shifting my shins back and coming up. So I'm not arching, okay? I'm not arching my back like this. I want you to pull the abs up and in and nice and strong. So do this in front of a mirror, so you can see, is my back straight and long? And am I sending my shins back? Are you ready to join me? All right, fingers to the temple. Send the hips back. This is a hinge. Elbows wide. Zip up your core right from the pubic bone all the way up to your ribs. Push through the heels. Pull up from the heels. That's it. Sending that tailbone back. Long, straight spine. Squeezing the glutes. Keep the glutes squeezed. Really think of sectioning your feet to the floor. Shoulders are relaxed, even though elbows are wide. Good job. Okay, so those were the good mornings. If you need to pause, watch yourself in a mirror and practice that before moving on, please do. And then come back to watch me do the next exercise. So the next movement is going to be a knee plank. So we're going to do a modified plank from the knee and a shoulder tap. This is a prelude to the exercise that we're going to do in this third circuit, which is a push-up to shoulder tap. So we're going to start small and again, build those foundational movements. So if you can do this from the toes, feel free, but we're just going to do it from knees. So watch me and then I'm going to start the clock. Whenever it comes down to core, I want you to make sure that you got the form tight first, then worry about the timer. So here, my hips are lower than the core, and again, I'm not just hanging out here with an arched back, okay? I really want to engage those hip bones, pull them up into the ribs, pull everything away from the waistband. If you're closed, your arms should be directly under your shoulders, not in front, directly under your shoulders. Now lock your lower body in place, okay? Tap, tap. Are you ready to join me? I'm gonna start the timer, 30 seconds here. So when you place the hand back to the floor, you wanna do it softly without rocking your hips. So if you need to take your knees wider, feel free. Pull the belly away from the floor without lifting the bum up in the air, okay? You wanna always imagine rolling a ball from the top of your head down to your tailbone. And really stabilize the hip. Core and shoulder is working here a lot. Tap, tap, and tap. Nice work. I'm gonna pause the timer so that I can demonstrate the next exercise. We're gonna do it on either side to start, and then we'll switch. So this, we got a little dynamic movement happening. So you're gonna get into a side plank with your elbow directly underneath your shoulder. And you're gonna straighten those legs out in front of you, okay? Hand is gonna go here. What's gonna happen is you're stacking those legs together, okay? And as we raise the top leg, we're gonna crunch our hand to the upper thigh. Now, I don't want you to roll forward like this. I want you to do your best to kind of keep your shoulders squared as you raise and crunch. Okay, are you ready? Well, let's do it. As you do this, I'm pulling up and out of my elbow. I'm not leaning into the elbow. That's creating a lot of tension. Push out of the elbow. Create a lot of space under the armpit. Crunch up. We're working obliques and the outside of the hip here, believe it or not. Pull the belly in, lift, lower, and a lot of work through the thigh. Believe it or not, good. Crunch, back to start. And let's switch over to the other side. Quite quickly, we know what we're doing. Get that elbow under your shoulder, stack the feet, fingers to the temple. We're gonna raise and crunch. Notice how one side might feel different. Don't forget to push your body off of the floor. Really light through the arm that you're on. Crunch. Good, maybe you're here, and that's okay. Maybe you're already feeling this outside thigh. Keep those feet flexed. All right. Active legs. Nice. Straight down, feeling those obliques. Aiming for the thigh, and relax. Nice work, ladies. Congratulations. I'm gonna stop the timer, grab a sip of water, then we're gonna do a second round of that second circuit. So if you're finding that you're already sweating, don't be alarmed. In fact, I have found personally and working with women that when we concentrate on putting our mind into the muscles properly, we get a better workout and we work harder. Okay, so you're not working just physically, but also mentally. You burn a little more calories, you activate the right muscles, thus creating a more metabolic state, and you will find it feels like you're working harder, you might sweat harder, okay? So keep that mind in the muscle. Let's start with those prisoner good mornings. Okay, here we go. So I'm gonna go to the side, and I've got a mirror here, and I always like to keep an eye on my own form. So I'm gonna check out my form in the mirror, but keep in mind, you always want your nose pointing in line with the rest of your spine. Okay, so watch what your head does. Really important. Here we go. Sending the hips back and up. Really keeping those low abdominals tight. No issues with the low back. Nice and long through the top of the head. And here. So just hinging. That's it. Good. Elbows really wide here. Nice long spine. Shift those hips back. Good. Your feet are sectioned to the floor, but you're shifting the shins back. And relax. Okay, let's go into that bent knee shoulder plank. Hands under the shoulders or from the toes, whatever you decide. This is what from the toes looks like. Again, try not to rock the hips. Feel free to try. And really important from this position that you're pulling the skin of your belly away from the floor, but that your hips are not up in the sky. So if that's really challenging right now, stick to this until you perfect this, and then you can go to that. Okay, really nice plank taps for hip stability, core stability, shoulder strength, and a foundational movement. Come on back into child's pose here. We'll reset the timer. We're going to go into those side leg lift crunches. All right. Last 2 movements before we're into the final round in our home stretch. All right, so one long line, pushing off the floor, and make sure that that elbow is not far away like this. Tuck it in. That's so much safer for the joint. Are you ready? I'm going to start the timer. Fingers to temple, lift and crunch, lift, crunch. Really wanting to feel that squeeze right here. Now maybe you're just here today, that's fine. Or maybe your hand is here, okay? Or you can just try the crunch. Remember, these workouts are yours. After a while, what was once super challenging will become a breeze. If you stick with it, I promise. All right, let's switch to the other side. It can take months of dedication. One workout, look in the mirror, nothing changes, but after 6 months of doing that workout, you look in the mirror and definitely you see changes. Okay, so one night out at the restaurant is not gonna ruin your healthy eating plan. If the other 5 months and 28 days of the year, you are eating well, it's not gonna ruin your thing. Just like one workout will not get you into shape, it's consistency. Getting up, putting one step in front of the other, and if you fall, you get back up. All right, awesome job, ladies. Go grab another sip of water if you need it. Wipe away the sweat, which hopefully you're starting to feel. Join me back for the third circuit. So there's 3 exercises in this one, and I love the low impact jumping jack. So big round circle arms, okay? So here we go. I want you to use those arms unless you have shoulder injuries. If that's the case, you can do X arms, okay? There's always an option, or even just here. Are you ready? Join me for some super fun low impact jacks. 30 seconds, go. All right, so we got life in our arms. That's it. Even low impact can become high intensity, all right? That's it. Soft knee, push through the heel, and you should be feeling those shoulders already. You're pushing through quicksand on the way up. Keep everything squared towards me. Keep your hips squared towards me. Arms, shoulders, face towards me, and rest. Awesome job. We're gonna go down to the floor for a push-up. So if you remember, I said that plank tap was a warm-up. So we're gonna do push-ups, plank tap, push-up, plank tap. It's gonna be a little more intense, but I know you can do it. And we're gonna start somewhere. So from that push-up position, I will demonstrate it. Hands, fingers wide. From the knees, get a mat if you need it. As we push up here, we're gonna dive forward, all right? Then tap, tap. If you are ready for a challenge, you can come here, push up, we dive forward, come on up, tap, tap, all right? I'm gonna do from my knees. On your marks, get set, and go. Push up, tap, tap. Really square those hips. Dive forward, chest, nose to floor is our one-day goal. Pull the belly away from the floor here. No back issues. Any discomfort in your back? All right, I want you to go a little less, maybe just to here, but keep that idea that you are diving forward, okay? Tap and tap. Awesome. Now for this next exercise, we're gonna do a dead bug. So I love dead bugs because they're gonna force you to focus on form and coordination. So a little cross-body work is also good for our brain. Let me demo the exercise first, and then join me once I set the timer. Okay. So from here, I want you to have a natural neutral spine. So don't push your lower back into the floor like this. Pull the hip bones up, bring the rib cage together and down into the hip. You'll create a nice, strong core without manually pressing. Okay, so strong core. Bring one knee up to tabletop, the other knee up to tabletop. Hands here. Opposite hand, opposite leg. So this knee and this arm are gonna move. this arm and this leg are solid. Are you ready? So right arm and left knee. I'm going to tap and come up, focusing really on not moving the other limbs. Now, a challenge, straighten the leg, don't lose the core, and come on up, okay? Straighten the leg and arm, don't lose the core, don't let this happen. Keep that nice flat pan of brownies. You ready? Let's start the timer and go. Take your time. I'm gonna tap the heel because I want a little more here. But maybe all you're doing is keeping that knee bent. Pull the hips up, flatten that tummy. Exhale. No arching, no pain in the back. And back up. Inhale. Exhale on the exertion. Breathe in, long arm, long leg. Exhale up, keep the core tight. Breathe in. Exhale up. Last time. Breathe in. Exhale up. Rolling up, ladies. I'm so proud of you. Like I said, press pause. Spend a little extra time doing a few of those exercises until you feel comfortable and confident. Grab another water break, and we're going to go through round 2, and then we're done. Since we're almost to the end, I'm going to keep my timer on, and I'm going to move very quickly. You have 10 seconds of rest between moves if you choose to do it with me, or pause to finish it off on your own time and take more rest. Starting with those low impact jacks, I love them. Are you ready? On your marks, get set, and go. Big arms with control. I'm not just flopping my arms. I'm actually keeping lots of nice control. If you want to clap, great. Okay, that's it. Breathe. Maybe you're just here. That's fine too. Do what you can. Or add a hop. Okay, if you're feeling it, add a hop or full. Nice. We're going down to push up. Plank tap. Quickly from the knees. Nice strong fingers. Remember, we're diving forward. Push up. Plank tap. Okay, push up, nose to the floor. Tight belly. That's it. Keep the hips lower than the neck. Okay, almost there. Feeling the glutes work. That's it. Strong core right here. Pull it in. Dive. Tap. Tap. Last time. And let's get ready for those dead bugs. On our back. Tight core. Here we go. Opposite arm, opposite leg. Had to think for a minute. See? It's challenging. Now, maybe you're starting here so that you can focus on what's happening here. And that is fine. When you're ready, add both arm and leg together. Your belly should be feeling this here. Pull all of the skin from your torso, all of the skin in the front of your body. Pull it away from your pants. Let's do one more each side. Keep the knee bent like this if you need an option. And done. Congratulations, ladies. You have made it through the foundational workout. Stay tuned for the cool down. Don't go anywhere. Grab a sip of water if you need to. So since we're on the floor, or if you've stood up, let's get back down to the floor. We're just gonna do a little stretch, okay? Starting with a bit of a chest opener. So cross those legs so that we can relax the hip flexors, all right? And then just bring those arms behind you. A little tip, the closer you can get your hands towards each other, the better. If you can't, don't worry. So what I want you to do with fingers pointing behind you, relax your tummy, and then try to pull yourself away from your hands. Open through the chest, so you're not like this. Open the chest, lift it to the sky. And you should feel a nice gentle stretch in front of the shoulders here. Breathe. Oh, it's always good when it's over. And you feel so accomplished. So hold on to that I did it, I can do anything feeling. And remember that feeling for your next workout. The biggest thing holding you back is that moment right before you just decide to do it. All right, come out of that. Bring those hands in front of you, clasp your hands, push them away,
Drop your chin. Now I really want you to roll forward here if you want to. Drop the chin, press those hands away. Feeling this behind the shoulders, relaxing your legs, and relax that. Okay, let's take those legs in front of you. Sit up nice and tall. If you're really tight in the hamstrings, maybe just put your hands underneath your thighs here. Sit up tall and try to pull yourself forward without rounding the back. This will get into your hamstrings and lower back. Put your fists under your knees if your hamstrings are very tight. Sit up tall and try not to round, okay? We're not folding forward yet. Maybe you can go here. Keep that spine nice and long. Big breath in. Sit up taller and then fold forward. We're gonna stay here, relax the neck wherever you are. Let the legs rest, let the feet follow to the side, whatever they need to do. Let your belly relax. I don't care if you've got 5 rolls or 100 rolls in this position. Don't worry about rolls, ladies, because when you're in this position, you're gonna have them. Love them. Give them a little love. Hey, thanks, no matter what, even if your rolls, you still did the workout. Okay, rolling up. Now keeping one leg straight, if you can, take one leg across, use your hand to pull it up if you need to. Now, if your right leg is across, I want you to take your left elbow, so opposite elbow across, hug that in for me. Really hug it in. You're gonna feel that outside of the hip. Arm behind you and twist. Exhale, let all your stress go. This arm is pulling the leg in. Awesome job. Last time, other leg, we're almost there. Pull that foot in if you need help. Grab the opposite elbow, really try to pull it in here. I see a lot of people doing this. If that works, fine. That's more of a twist. I really am trying to get more of a outside glute, external glute stretch here, hip. That's it. Pull it in. Sitting up nice and tall, you're also getting that little twist through the spine. Look over your shoulder. Exhale and let it go. Thank you so much for joining me for the foundational workout. I hope you liked it. Keep it up. If you have any questions, let me know, and feel free to rate the workout and let me know what you thought with any comments you'd like to leave.